that they have. He says, you will know them by their fruit. The fruit means what a person bears, what an individual produces. If an individual leads people to Christ, you're going to see that in the fruit. If an individual with their mouth says they lead people to Christ, but with their actions and with what they do leads people away from Christ, you're going to know that by the fruit. And so it is a perverse fruit when the mouth does not line up with the body. It is a perverse fruit when what a person says does not line up with what a person then does. And so you're going to know all of us based upon our fruit. And when you see rotten fruit, which means this is leading away from God, it is then causing people to backslide, or is then leading people to mixture or another God, then that's when you know I need to push away from that person, that thing. And it's not personal, or it is personal, but I got to push away from this because I cannot allow this rotten fruit to be consumed. And this is why many have food poisoning, because they're eating from trees with rotten fruit. This is the reason that many have food poisoning, because they're eating from trees with rotten fruit, taking in all of this stuff. And whenever there's rotten fruit, it is a sign that the roots are corrupt. Rotten fruit means that there's something wrong with the roots. And so the Lord is beginning to do this. He's bringing the church into a harvest season. It's the reason why it looks like the church has gone wild. It's the reason why it looks like it's chaos everywhere. It's really organized chaos. You just don't know it. It's the reason why it looks like everything is falling apart, and people are going crazy, and leaders are going crazy, and what's happening with this, and people no longer even want to come to church, and they don't even want you're watching people that will go to a program, but they won't show up for prayer to seek the Lord. You're watching this crazy division place within the church, but it is, I believe, being used by God to position the church for a harvest season, because whenever the harvest comes, division comes. What is the division? It says it in Matthew 13. That division is a separation. See, there is a thing called divine division. Now, there is demonic division where the enemy sows discord. That's not what I'm speaking of. There is a divine division where the Lord begins to separate wheat from tare, where the Lord begins to come in and say, this is of me, this is not of me. He divides it. And when he divides those things, it's only because the church is in a harvest season.